So, me and Foster just made our way to the upper parking lot at Crabtree Meadows. That's at the top of Crabtree Falls. Pretty popular waterfall hike here in Virginia. And we're heading up the hill this way to link up with the AT. I had to get away from the stinky privy. Oh my gosh, the smell was nauseating. Which we parked right next to, so that we could stop and eat some grub at the top of the hill where it meets the AT. And we're gonna head to Spy Rock. Foster has never camped at Spy Rock. It's probably been like 7.5 years for me. That was Owen's first camping trip. Spy Rock when he was 4, and then again when he was 5. A special place. The only sucky part is it's dry, and so I have a boatload of water on my back for the way in. Looking forward to the light load on the way out. That's alright. It's not too bad. Shoulders are probably going to be killing me tonight though.
This is my actual first time being at Spy Rock. I'm really excited. My brother has been up here multiple times, told me a lot, and I'm really excited to be here and see the views.
Hopefully the clouds let us get some views. So
yeah.
This is the start. Foster here was just commenting on how beautiful the scenery was on the trail, and he said, we should really get a picture of this. I said, so take a picture. So I figured, since he had enjoyed it so much, why not get a video clip? We're now on the AT, just FYI. We stopped at the top of the hill when we hit the intersection of the AT, had some jerky, some crackers. Someone had some fruit snacks. That someone shall remain nameless. Foster. But anyway, now we're heading on to camp. Did a little uphill, doing a little downhill.
Doing a little in the middle.
It's super like cool, but humid. It almost feels like you're in a rainforest. Not that I'd really know what that feels like, but what I'd imagine it feels like to be in a rainforest. Anyway, it's nice out today. There's been some light rain, not enough to warrant breaking out the ponchos, but it's a good trip so far. Peaceful. The trail has been really nice and cruisy for a bit. We've just been chatting away. It's kind of super overcast and foggy out, but like I said, it's really nice. It's just like pleasant. It's the best way. Some might say creepy. I don't think it's creepy at all. It's just pleasant. I haven't really seen anyone else on the trail. We saw a couple people heading toward the priest earlier.
I saw some people coming out once you came.
Yeah.
When you were in the bathroom.
But I mean on the trail, like since we got on the AT here.
Definitely not.
Haven't seen anyone else.
I mean, I've seen a car at the AT.
Oh, what just flew into my ear?
Probably a fly.
Hopefully not a horsefly.
Yeah.
Those things are just mean. This is definitely part I don't remember because this is pretty freshly driven through back in this way. And you've got tire tracks right here for sure.
But Dad, you haven't been here since Owen was 5, so there's probably going to be a lot of changes.
Oh, we got signage up here though. Appalachian Trail north-south, so that's the AT. Spy Rock 2 miles. Okay.
So we've only
been 1. Pre-shelter 1 3/4. Pre-shelter's only 1 3/4 from here? That's crazy. All right, away we go. Right again, Foss, where are we?
We're in the clouds.
Why did you say it like you were questioning it?
Because we are.
Goofball.
I want to take a picture of it.
He just went, hey look, we're in the clouds. So, quick good news, bad news story. And I just went over this whole ramble and didn't record it apparently, but we got to a rest spot on the trail. Foster wanted to take a little break. And I said, well, you can have the rock. It's fine. Fine. And I was being a smart aleck because I was going to break out my little stool, which is great. So I broke it out and I set it up, and of course I'm kind of deserving this because I was being a smart aleck, right, Foster? And I went to sit on it, and it felt like it was sinking back in, kind of here. And so I looked down, and luckily, so the upside of the story is I didn't bust my butt. But as you can see, this piece is metal, and that broke. And this is just like the little push lock. And so this plastic piece here, when you pivot the chair back in, that's what allows these locks to all release automatically. So this slides out. Oh, not locked, it's not coming out, but anyway, all the way. So up until now, I've liked this thing because it's light, it's very light, very compact, doesn't have a stuff sack, it's super fast to set up and tear down, so you can use it easier than the Helinox Chair Zero. But these things have popped off, these little plastic caps. I've had one of these pop out that's like a pin that goes into the plastic cap that holds the fabric onto these. Oh, how's it going, sir? And now, I've had a total failure. So, we'll see how they handle that. Tons of fun. It was calling for evening rain. It's been lightly raining since we got here, and it's picked up. It's afternoon. I don't know, actually I don't know how late it is. That's how I am out here. I just, not a care in the world. A little bummed about my stool, I'm not gonna lie, but that's not gonna ruin my trip. That would just be silly. But as soon as we get to camp, we'll be setting up a tarp, and we got new tarp. So I got the kids' bivvy setups like mine from Bora Gear, and I got a new tarp. You guys will see it when I get it set up, but it's interesting. No, the viewers, all two of them. No, just kidding. Anyway, excited about that, but I wanted something that was a little more storm worthy. So I did get my butt handed to me with a flat tarp, and when I take the kids out, it's one thing if it's me, I can ride out some suck, but when I got the kids with me, I want their shelter to be pretty bomber. So I decided if I was going to tarp camp with them, I needed something with a little more protection than just a flat tarp. So I'm excited to try that out, and first time out, trying it out in the rain. Don't worry, I set it up, seam sealed it, I replaced the factory lines on it because they sucked. So it should be good to go. And I also tested the water repellency of it as well, and everything looks good to go. But we'll be breaking it in right in the rain. It'll get some nice stank on it after this trip. We were just cruising along on the trail, and I stopped dead, and he's like, "What?"
Found some bear scat.
Oh, look at that. Pretty darn sure Smokey's been out here. Hey, Smokey, where you at? So, I definitely remember this part of the trail. And when it's not super cloudy, usually you get a pretty good view up here. It's just a neat little section of this trail. I'm taking one right now, goofball. We're standing on like a giant boulder, climbing up. And unfortunately, with the weather today, I don't think we're gonna have such a good... You're coming. It's not going anywhere, buddy. Okay, take it easy. Don't rush. I know. So yeah, right here, you usually have a really sweet view going down this boulder face. Foss. Slow down. Take it easy.
I'm gonna put this there.
You could technically camp right there. I mean, yeah, It's enough spot for someone to lay down.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do that. So we're almost to Spy Rock. I want to say it's right out over here. Can't really see it. You can kind of, I don't know if you guys can see, but you can kind of make out to the other side of the valley over there. And Fossey's trying to kill himself falling down the hill.
Yee. What? We're taking pictures. You gotta take the pictures.
Yeah, I agree. It's pretty cool though. Anyway, so I don't remember if I mentioned at the beginning of the hike or not, but I decided to be really smart and overload a frameless backpack and wear barefoot shoes for the whole trip. So I have my Prios and I have my 4mm sandals, and that's the footwear I brought for this trip. So far, I'm not regretting it.
I've been in the clouds for a while.
And Fossey, he brought his Crocs, his yellow Crocs. Can I show off your footwear?
Very fancy.
Super stylish.
Yes.
Right now, unlike
It's
mine.
actually working out very well. Got good grip.
But anyway, I figured I'd give it a try. I don't necessarily recommend overloading a frameless pack, but for a shorter hike in like this, where we're going to a dry camp, it's not so bad. I know my shoulders are going to feel it, but I'm not dying. We got a campsite close to Spy Rock. I've been talking about this big rock on the right. The whole time, I'm like, I remember this rock. Foster likes big rocks. Here's one here. And just up there. I just saw it through the mist a second ago. I believe is the one I remember. And Foster's like, is that Spy Rock? Nope. It is a campsite though. With a cliff. Pretty cool. Not a place you'd want to go like wandering off towards in the middle of the night, half asleep. What do you think, Foss?
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, so go that way, don't go this way. Please don't fall.
I won't.
Hi, Mom. I'm being super safe, taking selfies.
Yeah.
Careful, please. I'm gonna put this away. He's making me nervous. We did a real quick pitch just to get the campsite kind of situated, get the bags out of the rain. Now I'm gonna go meet Foster up on the rock. He doesn't even have his poncho. So we'll see what it looks like in the rain. So this is different. I'm kind of sad they drilled holes in the rock to put this rebar in. Takes away from the beauty of the area, that's for sure.
Yeah. But they take away the things that aim at the end of it. At the end of it, take away this rope.
Well, I mean, I partly understand because that right there, I want to say that's where Owen played as a kid. Ripped his pants in that patch, and that's probably some of the endangered wildlife. Used to be able to go out here. And we had talked about coming back and camping out right here. I have a great picture of Owen laying down somewhere over here.
Yeah, well, there are these little puzzles that you could actually just use as a tool.
Hey, I'm glad I packed all that water in. Super glad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd rather not risk that. Although, first time camping here, full disclosure, I did fill through some of these little small pools that collect. Yeah. So at least you can still come up here and enjoy the view.
Hey, look, there's some of the wildlife that they were blocking.
Well, we're not going to trample it.
No, never.
Because that would just be...
I'm going to touch one of the flowers.
I think it's pretty cool that some of this is endangered wildlife. Like, you don't think about that. And like I said, Owen played in that little, like, blocked off area when he was a kid. He was just a kid in the woods. We didn't know. So, as much as I don't like seeing the rebar poking in the rock, I get it. Just, you wish there was a better way to handle it. And see, they have it blocked off down there. Now I'm trying to remember where that crack was, and it might be beyond a roped off section. There was this big crack. There's a picture of me and Owen in the crack. It's hilarious. Well, we came up the rock a completely different way. We used to scramble up the rock face right by where camp is. There was never really an established trail like there is now. Foster, be careful. Like, you need to slow your paces down. That's a sheer face right down there, so you really shouldn't be climbing down there, because see those treetops? Yeah. Like, I mean, those are shrub tops, but still, like, that's a fall. Anyway, hopefully the views will open up, but we made it to Spy Rock. And I think Foster might be on the brighter of the two of us not putting on his poncho, because I'm starting to sweat under mine. It's all right. Anyway, signing off for now. It's almost like I knew what I was talking about when I told him that as soon as we stopped moving, we'd get cold. Anyway, got dinner on under the tarp. Got some Magic the Gathering going on, a little more space. Someone was kind enough to leave a citronella candle on the fire pit, so might as well burn it up and carry it out of here. But we're gonna have buffalo chicken mac for dinner. Some of you who watched some past videos may recognize that lovely concoction. Anyway, back to the game. I'm gonna say this for the record with my little homemade burner setup. I'm not sure if I've ever really showed off, but I wasn't sure how it would work with the bigger pot, and we got a nice rolling boil going. Took a while. Look at that. I should fog up the camera. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, it's low-hanging fog in here, guys. No, that's what happens when you let the steam out of the pot in front of the camera. But anyway, it's working really well with the bigger pot. You know, the famous Stamco grease pot, which is my go-to for when I take the kids backpacking or I just want a bigger pot, and it works great. I'll be eating out of the lid tonight, I guess, and you'll be eating out of the pot because, well, it works. Buffalo chicken mac is hitting the spot.
Yep.
Don't eat all that. Some more of that's mine. Darn. So, I decided to come up to the rock for sunrise. A little late for sunrise, but I don't think you could actually see the sun rising. I'd come up later yesterday, left the camera, and the views were actually opened up a bit. But anyway, gonna have breakfast on the rock. Catch you guys later. Well, we don't know. So they've roped off sections. I don't know if you can see the wire rope. There's some up there, and we're in the publicly open section. But anyway, because of endangered plant life. So I figured some of the stuff that we do have easy access to that's still in the publicly accessible part. We're not going to trample it, but it's pretty to look at. And we go up there. Let me just pop up here.
Got some great flowers and that cool moss.
Those flowers are pretty neat. I don't know if that's a succulent or moss. We love this moss though. We've seen this. This is all over the trail. So that's definitely not some of the endangered stuff because it's all over the place. But I figured I'd catch some of it on video just because I don't know what's what, but I'll do some research and maybe figure out if any of that is stuff they're trying to protect. So I don't think I said much about the tarp, but I got this for the kids. It is a knockoff of a local Virginia company. Yes, so sorry, Mountain Laurel Designs. So this is their original design, and this is a Chinese version of it that was much cheaper to try out. Anyway, the original design is called the Trail Star by MLD, or Mountain Laurel Designs. This is like the AliExpress version. And I thought this would be a good option for the kids to bang around in, or if I take one of the kids out with me, because it has plenty of space for two. I pitched it in more of an open configuration, which I think let a little more spray in overnight, but still kept us dry through a crap load of rain. Can't ask for much more. Generally speaking, you'd have this up as the door, and then this would be down to the ground, that would be down to the ground, and it would be a much smaller opening, but this kind of gives it a wide open feel. And so I pitched it like that for this trip, and it worked out well enough. It's a lot of rain. So, what'd you think of your first time sleeping in a bivvy?
It was great.
Cool.
I mean, I woke up in the middle of the night.
They are now officially transferred to bivvy camping like me. We're pretty much packed up. We're going to leave the tarp here, go up to the rock one more time, and then come back, finish packing the tarp and the last couple little things that go on top of the packs, and hit the trail. Alright, so we're up on Spy Rock for the last time this trip. Figured we'd come up here one last time. Unfortunately, the one time I didn't bring the camera was the best views of the trip. It actually cleared up a little bit yesterday, and you could see, but this is for the most part the way it's been the whole time. Usually you get really beautiful views up here, which is the attraction, along with it just being like this huge rock outcrop that you can climb around. It's neat. Anyway, signing off. Catch you guys on the trail. So we're hiking out, and we made it back to this cool little boulder section of the trail. And as you can see, the skies are starting to clear up just a bit.
You see
So
all the spiderwebs on the wood?
if we could have hung out in Spy Rock today, or at Spy Rock today, the views probably would have been better, but that's how life goes. We like to get back to our pets and feed them. We've got some hungry cats and hungry guinea pigs at home. Yeah. Catch you guys later. So what's funny to me is I've commented before on how disgusting the priest privy is. Right now the vault toilet at Crabtree Meadows parking is absolutely disgusting as well. Anyway, we made it back to Crabtree Meadows, so we got half a mile back down to the truck, and then we'll be heading home, feed the animals. Did you have a good trip?
Yeah.
All right, let's head on down. Don't trip.